Did you know Instagram's own internal research revealed that 13% of British teen girls trace their thoughts of suicide back to Instagram? This was leaked internal Facebook and Meta documents reported by the Wall Street Journal. And the worst part of it is, Meta knew about it and kept pushing the content anyway. So, welcome back to On the Verge YouTube channel. And today we're diving into a topic that millions of us use every single day, but rarely stop to truly understand, and that's Instagram. It might look like just a harmless photo app, but beneath the filters and likes lies something far more powerful and far more dangerous. Instagram shapes how we see ourselves, how we relate to others, and even how we measure our worth. From curated perfection to hidden algorithms, this platform is quietly rewriting the rules of self-image, identity, and the reality, especially for children and young people. Today we're pulling back the curtains. We're going to explore the good, the bad, and the downright ugly, from dopamine hits and body image issues to manipulation, addiction, and exploitation. This isn't just about social media. It's about mental health, capitalism, childhood, and control. So stick around, because what you're about to hear might change the way you see Instagram forever. So, whether you're a casual scroller, an influencer, or someone who's deleted the app 3 times this week, this video's for you. So, let's start with the good. Let's start with the positives, because believe it or not, yes, there are some. At its core, Instagram is a visual storytelling tool. It allows users to share their lives, document moments, and express creativity through images and videos. For many, it's a digital scrapbook and an outlet for artistic exploration. Photographers, designers, fashionistas, fitness coaches, chefs, and small business owners have all found Instagram to be an indispensable platform to showcase their work and connect with audiences. Then there's community building. Instagram has helped foster tight-knit communities around shared interests, whether it's body positivity, vegan cooking, mental health awareness, or vintage car restorations. There's a niche for absolutely everyone. These digital spaces can be empowering, supportive, and validating for marginalized voices. Especially Instagram has become a platform for advocacy and visibility. And we can't ignore the business side. Instagram has revolutionized marketing with tools like stories, reels, and shopping tags. It's a goldmine for entrepreneurs and content creators. Influencers are building entire careers here. For small businesses, Instagram can level the playing field, giving them direct access to potential customers without needing a massive marketing budget. So now the bad. With great power, as they say, comes great responsibility. And Instagram isn't always using its influence for good. So let's talk about the pressure. The platform thrives on perfection, from sun-soaked holidays to flawless selfies. Instagram has created a visual culture of comparison. What you're seeing isn't real life, it's a highlight reel, carefully curated and filtered and often edited. The result, a warped sense of reality that's quietly but powerfully affecting how people see themselves. The mental health impact. A landmark in 2017 study by the Royal Society for Public Health in the UK found that Instagram was the worst social media platform for young people's mental health. It was linked to increased rates of anxiety, depression, loneliness, and poor body image, especially among teenage girls. And there are real life consequences as well. Let's not forget, we have a young girl called Molly Russell, a 14-year-old from London, tragically took her own life in 2017. After her death, her parents discovered she had been exposed to a barrage of self-harm and suicide-related content on Instagram. An inquest later concluded that negative effects of online content played a significant role in her death. Instagram admitted its platform had failed in this particular case and later pledged to remove graphic content, but many argue that the damage had already been done. Also in 2021, there was a leaked internal research from Meta, which was formerly Facebook, revealed that Instagram made body image issues worse for 1 in 3 teenage girls. Again, the company knew this and chose not to act. The whistleblower, I think it was a person called Francis Hagen, exposed how Meta prioritized engagement and growth over user safety, especially for vulnerable teens. Again, this isn't just about filters, it's about an entire ecosystem that thrives on insecurity and comparison. We also have the algorithmic manipulation. Now, once upon a time, your Instagram feed was simple. Posts from the people you followed in chronological order. Now, it's driven by a complex, opaque algorithm designed to maximize engagement, not the well-being. You don't choose what you see; the algorithm does. And what keeps you scrolling? Often it's content that's extreme, sensational, or controversial. Posts that stir outrage, fear, or envy get prioritized because they generate more engagement. Now, that's good for Instagram's bottom line, but bad for mental health and social trust. Instagram's recommendation engine has also been caught pushing users into what they would call harmful rabbit holes. So again, in 2022, an investigation by the Wall Street Journal, researchers created fake teen accounts. So the researchers actually made the accounts, and within days, Instagram began aggressively recommending pro-anorexia content, including tips on restricting eating and glorifying being underweight. One account followed a couple of dieting pages and was soon flooded with the content promoting eating disorders. Remember, these was fake accounts. And similar patterns have been observed around conspiracy theories, plastic surgery obsessions, and even violent ideologies. The deeper users go, the more extreme the content becomes, often without realizing it. And this is designed for addiction. Instagram is engineered to keep you hooked. Every ping, every like, every comment is a tiny dopamine hit. The infinite scroll, the autoplay reels, the constant notifications, it's all part of the feedback loop. And it works. Studies show that social media addiction activates the same brain regions as gambling. You keep scrolling, chasing that next hit of validation, even when it's making you feel worse. This isn't hypothetical. A 2023 study by the University of Bath found that taking just 1 week off Instagram significantly reduced participants' anxiety and improved their mood. But many found it incredibly difficult to stay off the platform. The withdrawal symptoms were real. Now, influencers also and everyday users alike often report feeling trapped by the need to constantly post, maintain engagement, and grow their audience, turning self worth into a public scoreboard of followers and likes. And for the younger users who are still developing their sense of identity, this can be especially harmful. The line between digital approval and real self esteem becomes dangerously blurred, very much so. Then we get on to the ugly. Now, let's talk about the really dark side of Instagram. Let's strip away the filters, literally and figuratively, and talk about the dark, unsettling side of Instagram. We're not just talking about shady brand deals or too many selfies. We're talking about the stuff that truly changes how people, especially kids, see see themselves, others, and the world. So let's start with one word: exploitation. It's a term that gets thrown around a lot, but on Instagram, exploitation is deeply woven into the fabric of the platform. While some influencers rake in millions, thousands, if not millions more, are exploited to the subtle, insidious ways, and it starts young, way too young. Children as young as 10 years old are engaging in content creation that aligns with marketing strategies and brand deals, product placements, even scripted endorsements. Often these kids are below the platform's official age limit of 13, but they're still actively uploading and engaging. They mimic influencers they admire, adopt an aesthetic, and learn that their worth is tied to likes, shares, and followers. These children aren't just being exposed to marketing; they're becoming the marketing. These personal lives, once private and sacred, are now meticulously created into content. The line between a child being themselves and a child being a brand is paper thin. And behind every adorable video or trendy dance is often a parent or carer, or worse, a brand guiding the narrative. The line between personal life and personal brand was, or has, all but vanished now. We now move on to data surveillance and manipulation. We can't talk about Instagram without talking about surveillance capitalism. Instagram is owned by Meta, the same company formerly known as Facebook, infamous for its loose ethics around user data and privacy. Every post you like, every account you linger on, every tap, swipe, or pause, it's all tracked. That data is then used to sell you things, direct your behavior, manipulate your attention, and yes, sometimes even influence elections. Here's the brutal truth: if you're not paying for the product, you are the product. This data mining isn't just about pushing ads for new trainers. It's about feeding powerful algorithms designed to hijack your psychology, particularly your dopamine system. Every time you get a like or a comment, you get a tiny hit of dopamine. That's the brain chemical that makes you feel rewarded. Over time, your brain becomes addicted to those hits, and you start chasing them. You refresh, you check, you post again. It becomes compulsive. Now, imagine what this does to a developing brain, which leads us on to the child's brain versus the algorithm. Um, Children and adolescents are neurologically more vulnerable to dopamine-driven platforms. Their brains are still developing critical functions like impulse control, risk assessment, and emotional regulation. Instagram is literally designed to exploit those developing systems. Features like infinite scroll, stories, reels, and push notifications are all carefully engineered to keep users, especially young ones, coming back for more. The platform is a slot machine in your pocket, and just like in Vegas, the house always wins. What what makes this even more disturbing is the deceptive nature of what users are actually seeing. Most people, especially young users, don't realize they're interacting with curated content, not reality. That filtered lifestyle, it's usually fake. Those perfect bodies, often digitally altered, but your brain, especially when you're 12, 14, or 16, doesn't know the difference. You just see someone who looks flawless and starts to wonder why you don't. Again, which moves on to the next part, body image and mental health. This brings us to a particularly harmful consequence, body dysmorphia. Numerous studies have linked Instagram to worsening self-esteem and mental health, especially in young girls. The the filters that once seemed playful have become the new standard of beauty. You have Snapchat dysmorphia is now a term used by cosmetic surgeons to describe people seeking surgery to look like their filtered selfies. Imagine that. The line between fantasy and reality isn't just blurred, it's been erased. Meta's own leaked internal research confirmed what many already knew. Instagram makes body image issues worse for 1 in 3 teenage girls. It's not just anecdotal, it's systemic. The platform knows this and continues to push content that drives engagement regardless of the psychological cost. So let's be clear. This isn't just about beauty standards, it's about identity. Young people are being shaped by what gets rewarded online. Likes become a form of social currency. Validation is measured by visibility, and for those who don't conform, the silence can be deafening. And we have bullying, harassment, and the algorithmic failures. That is silence. Sometimes it's replaced with harassment. Instagram is notorious for being a breeding ground for trolling, bullying, and targeted abuse, especially against women, LGBTQ plus individuals, and people of colour. Despite its moderation tools, the platform still struggles to respond quickly and effectively. Much of the moderation is outsourced, either to underpaid workers in foreign countries or to imperfect, yeah, imperfect algorithms that often let the worst content slip through. Meanwhile, someone being bullied might wait hours or days for a response, and that's if they get one at all. Instagram says it's trying, of course, but when your entire business model is built on maximizing time on the platform, moderation becomes a conflict of interest. So, what's the bigger picture? Or is it propaganda, censorship, power? Well, there's the geopolitical side, the ugly intersection of power, politics, and platform. Governments around the world have used Instagram to push propaganda or suppress dissent. In in some cases, activist content has been mysteriously removed. Entire hashtags have been shadow banned, meaning they're hidden from the wider community without users being notified. You can search for a movement and find nothing. This isn't just an algorithmic quirk; it's a form of soft censorship, and it can have massive consequences, particularly for grassroots movements, protests, and marginalised voices trying to be heard. Let's not forget that in times of political unrest, whether it's protests in Iran, BLM in the US, or pro-democracy movements globally, Instagram can be both a powerful tool and a dangerous weapon, depending on who controls the narrative. Now, if you are used to this YouTube channel, you'll know we always do final thoughts. Um, so, for me, Instagram isn't inherently good or evil. It's a tool, a powerful one, and like any tool, it can be used to create or destroy. The real question is, how are we using it and who's really in control? So here's the uncomfortable truth. Instagram isn't just a social app. It's a global system of influence shaping minds, emotions, politics, economies and identities. And it doesn't operate quietly. It's been engineered to hijack your attention, manipulate your behavior, and monetize your deepest insecurities. This isn't just on Meta, it's on all of us: users, parents, carers, educators, creators, policymakers. We need we need real transparency from the tech giants. We need stronger mental health protections, especially for young users. We need digital literacy to be part of every school curriculum. And above all, we need to keep having uncomfortable, honest conversations like I'm trying to have with you. Because when it comes to children and young people, the consequences aren't just concerning, they're devastating. Anxiety, depression, self-harm, eating disorders, suicidal ideation. They aren't abstract risks. These are rising realities, and they track disturbingly close to the rise of image-based platforms like Instagram. So, if you're using Instagram, use it cautiously. Create your feed, take breaks, follow people who uplift you, block the ones who don't, set boundaries, and most importantly, don't let likes define your life. The real world, your real self matters infinitely more than anything on a screen. Because Instagram isn't just potentially unhealthy, in some cases, it's life threatening. So, thanks for watching. If this hit home, drop a comment below, share your own experiences, the good, the bad, or the ugly. Let's keep the conversation going. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this if someone you know needs to hear it. I'll see you on the next one. Until then, take care.